This podcast is brought to you by The Hollow, 14532 Brook Hollow and 281.
I want to be there and baby dance the night away. I let my head down if I want. Don't you just get tired chasing fame and being...
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Trending with Trudy show. And I am here with my sidekick, Ricky Bobby.
Hi.
Thanks for being here, Rick.
Of course.
This is so much fun. Here we are. What?
You always feed me. So.
I do. It's the least I can do.
Yeah.
Beer and food.
Yep.
Beer and
That's
food.
all it takes with me. You know.
I mean, hey, just what's another good reason to have some food and some good drinks. So again, you guys, you're watching Trending with Trudy. Thank you so much for joining us. It's been a month, hasn't it?
Yep.
It's been I cannot believe how long and how quick this year is actually happening.
And it's going to gear up. I mean, it's going to double down in April.
I mean, I feel like it already did after now that, it's time for a fiesta. It's time for parties.
Yeah.
I mean, there's always something going on in San Antonio. I talked to my friend, or our friend Heather, a couple days ago, and she said, I can't keep up. She's like, you keep putting out that there's so many events and there's so many things going on. And it's true. It's like, what the hell? Like, next thing you know, I'm going to be scheduling for my Christmas lights to be on. As a matter of fact, I have already had that scheduled. Just kidding. But yeah, so it's going to be your birthday soon. Yeah. It's going to be golf,
fiesta, air show.
I'm excited about Texas Open. I'm excited Masters.
Yeah.
If you could go to the Masters, would you go?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
Oh yeah.
I think it's so cool. The rules that they have.
Yeah.
It's such a cool
thing.
No
cell phones.
No cell phones.
Loud talking.
And do they get to drink? Can you drink? I don't even think you can drink.
I don't think so.
I don't think you can drink.
And there's also no running. So there's videos that they show when the gates first open that everybody's power walking. It's
my gosh.
Thing I ever saw.
How funny.
Yeah.
Another thing too is that I've noticed, and this is so random. This is probably not even something that y'all would notice. I feel like they have to wear a certain color.
I think so. We can ask Kevin about that because he's been twice.
Yeah.
And I read something and somebody else told me this too. It's like the etiquette is just off the shelf. If you put your folding chair in a certain spot and then you go about the rest of the day, nobody will sit in your seat or take that spot.
Really?
Yeah, it doesn't happen here.
Texas Open, they're like, here, my chair is going to be here. Guess what? No, it's not. I'm going to sit here.
No, there's a whole list of rules. It's amazing.
Wow.
And then if you do get thrown out, there's a chance that you'll never be welcome
banned for life. I believe it.
I do
no,
too,
it's just like when I go, we're talking about their wardrobe for the crowd. It feels like they're all in colorful, like Easter egg colors.
And I think, I don't know, is there shorts on that? I don't think so.
I think so. But yeah, and it's funny because think about the weather for next week. I don't know what it's going to be like. I mean, look at it right now. It's, a little icky. You never know in Texas.
We had sunshine yesterday.
I mean, we had sunshine the day before, and then it was cold, and you wake up, it's 40, you go home, and it's 80. It's like, I don't know what to wear.
Well, I mean, even if it's cloudy during the eclipse, I'm assuming it's still going to get dark.
I would think so.
You'll be able to see it, but it's going to get dark.
I would think so. I hope so.
Well, I'm not a scientist.
I mean, don't forget, we have April Fools before the eclipse. Are you going to do any pranks?
No, but I'm sure I'll get pranked. It's always April Fool's Day.
You really should. You should come up with something. We should come up with something.
Yeah, okay. Be ready.
Let's get Beverly. She's always getting us.
I know, right?
Yeah.
So that's Monday, though, right?
Look at my little bobblehead, you guys. Look, it's her baby. It's the little Trudy.
Speaking of babies, real quick before I forget, what's the groundhog that predicts the weather? Something Phil.
Phil.
So he's got a mate. Her name is
Phyllis. Something. Yes.
So his mate Phyllis.
Oh my gosh. Okay, here we go.
They have two babies.
No. Aww.
Right?
How cute. How did you know that? Have you been keeping up? You reminded me of the eagle, the bald eagle.
I haven't kept up with them this year. Last year, I was obsessed with them.
Yeah.
And they had the one that didn't hatch. They had two eggs, one didn't hatch. And, I followed it until that little baby eagle was a teenager and they had to kick it out of the nest.
Yeah.
But yeah, they've had two more. Have they hatched?
No, I don't think so.
But eagles, they mate for life as well.
Oh, that's so cool. That's so neat. Yeah, I was thinking about that when you mentioned the little Yeah, having little
Isn't that
puppies.
cool?
Little puppies. Is that what they're called?
And,
Little puppies.
Speaking of animals, I saw when I was reading that, I ran across another story. Some lady in England rescued a little baby hedgehog
Yeah.
on the side of the road. And she took it home, put it in a box with cat food, put it in the closet. The next morning, hadn't eaten anything, but it was still warm. So she took it to the rescue shelter, and they told her it was the pom-pom from a hat.
Wait. Are you serious?
No, yes. Look, I'll show
oh my goodness.
Look,
that. Oh, you're not kidding. Trapped. Oh, no. Okay. So rescued baby hedgehog turns out to be a pom-pom from a hat.
Look, there shows the cat
oh
food, right?
my gosh. That is hilarious. Because
Well,
you know how many
yeah.
beanies I have that look like that
With
with little
hedgehogs?
pom-poms? I'm going to cut them off and act like I have a little hedgehog family.
Don't forget your cat food.
Don't forget your cat food.
Well, bless her heart anyway.
Well, we were talking about animals and, all this with the eclipse and stuff, but do we know where the baby shark, it's not a baby shark because it was a huge shark.
You're not going to sing that song again, are you?
Baby shark, baby shark, I mean, and it's not going to get out of your head.
No,
and for the rest of the day. Or this new song from Beyonce, This Ain't Texas. Woo! I've been doing that all week. All week. She just released her
Baby Shark.
But Baby Shark is the cutest thing. And yes, it was so annoying. But do you know what happened to the shark?
A couple days ago, it pinged off the panhandle of Florida.
So it's making its way back to where it came?
Home. It came from South Carolina.
That's just crazy.
But the way this 2,000 miles, that's like us just walking the neighborhood.
Right.
But it's going back home. I guess it didn't find anything it liked.
Speaking of sharks, Grandpa Shark. I'm just kidding. So there was I don't know where it was, but there was a great white whale that attacked a shark. Not a great white whale. It attacked a great white shark, an orca.
They do that. Yeah.
They had it. They showed the footage.
Yeah.
Holy moly!
Yeah, they don't mess around.
I didn't realize that they. Yeah. I mean, I guess it comes to the point where they're starving that they're just going to take anything out, or are they protecting?
There's something I saw a documentary a couple years ago where they filmed this underwater scene where they shredded the shark and they ate the liver and they left the rest of it.
No kidding.
Yeah. So I don't know that's why they attack the great whites, but
they go for the liver.
Yeah.
Wow. They can shred it and go for the liver.
Well, that's what they did in this one particular video. They
insane.
Didn't eat anything other than the liver from that shark, but they tore it apart, ate the liver, and took off.
I want to do a safari. I know I went from the water to the ground, but I saw some footage. I think you saw it too, of an elephant.
Yeah.
Big, huge male elephant with tusk trying to flip over a bus full of tourists. And he couldn't do anything. At what point do they have to take them out? Or they try not to. They really try not to.
No, there's a lot of videos. There was one where that one, and they're all quiet in the little tour bus, and the elephant just rubs along the side of it.
Yes.
And it's huge.
Oh God, and I'm sure the crowd has to be like.
Yeah. But I think some of those guys push it with the lions and stuff to where everybody's taking pictures, and you tell the animal's getting agitated. Yeah. And that's the time to start it up and back up.
Just get the hell out of the way.
So if something happens, it's not the animal's fault.
Right. We're on their territory.
Right.
I kind of feel like that in neighborhoods with deer. It's like all these neighborhoods, it's like, they're coming and taking down all these trees, taking down all these,
they're
it's
getting
like
more concentrated.
Yeah. It's like, where do they go? Where do the deer go, you guys? Are y'all feeding them? That's scary because I know friends of ours, I won't name them, who actually feed them all the time.
Hand feed
them. Yeah. And I feel like that's kind of a bad habit. Because what happens if something happens to us? And then how
that's why they say
how do they go hunt?
Not to feed wild animals.
Yeah. Oh.
At the coast, people catch little undersized fish and they feed it to the dolphins. Yeah. They tell you not to do that.
Because they're going to expect it.
Well, and they're going to get more reliant on you feeding them than their own food.
Right.
Which I don't really believe, especially a dolphin. But again, I'm not a scientist.
I thought you were. I'm shocked.
I know, right?
I am shocked. I'm shocked as much as I'm shocked about this whole, I'm switching gears here to the Otani. O'Shea Otani.
Yeah, that's.
I don't know. They played the other day. I was watching, and I had so much fun watching him.
He's a monster.
It's so much fun watching him. But in the back of my mind, these alleged rumors, because none of us know exactly what's happening. But I feel like he's going to get away with whatever is happening.
So, do you think he did it? Seriously.
No, I don't think he did it. I think he knew. And I think someone has leaked something that he knew about it.
Okay,
But
so do you know the basis of the allegation?
So I know that. Yes. Go ahead. Tell me.
His translator took
friends from childhood,
took millions of dollars from him and paid a bookie off. And this bookie has been arrested before for running a booking thing.
Right.
His translator has a history of gambling.
Right.
But Ohtani himself, he signed a $700 million contract.
He's Mr. Baseball.
Yes, yeah, $700 million. I don't think he's betting on games. Now he's saying he didn't know his translator was involved with this. I'm not sure I believe that part. But Ohtani himself, guilty of gambling, I don't believe it.
You don't think so? Even though he gambles on basketball and...
If you made $100 million a year, would you go buy a scratch-off game?
No.
Okay.
So this is basically his translator who just literally got lost and twisted and made it seem like that. Yeah. And then you think he asked him for the money, and maybe that's where I think happened.
Well, I'm 50-50 on that.
Do you think that during this investigation, it should be okay for him to play?
Yes.
Because you're innocent until proven guilty.
Right. Yes.
But in Pete Rose's eyes, in all these other,
that's another story. Pete Rose belongs in the Hall of Fame.
I got to meet him in Vegas,
and he was cool, right?
Very cool.
Yeah,
very cool.
He's.
So, do you think? I mean, how long do you think this is going to last
with Ohtani?
Yeah.
I'm going to say probably another month or two.
Well, because it's obviously, we're three days into baseball.
I think it's
right
a big
now.
nothing burger. I really do.
You really?
Yeah, I do.
And the Dodgers is your dad's team. You like the Dodgers.
Yeah, that was my dad's team. Yeah, and my dad, if he was alive, wouldn't give two craps.
Right, exactly.
He just wants to see wins.
Right, yeah, that's why.
The whole, and my position on the whole gambling thing. Now, NFL, Major League Baseball, hockey, basketball, who's their biggest sponsors? DraftKings. The NFL has 37 sponsors. Between the 3 or 4 betting companies, that's their top sponsors. $1 billion last year. But the players can't gamble,
right? So that's why.
And so now it's hockey and baseball. The players can actually appear in commercials for these sports betting things.
Oh wow!
So they can take money, but they can't give them money.
Yeah,
it's a big hypocritical mess.
Yeah, and so DraftKings, who owns DraftKings?
Somebody in Vegas. I think it's Caesars or somebody.
Oh yeah, you know what? You're right.
And so the other thing we've talked about is last year in the NFL. Historically, some of the worst officiating ever.
Yes.
Every week, somebody has a video, and you're like, "Wow, that was horrible." And people are saying the games are rigged, and you don't want to believe that. You want to just hope it's bad officiating,
right?
But then when you see that Vegas and DraftKings are involved,
well, then it's kind of like, yeah,
it just doesn't pass the smell test.
No, I know, I get that. Yeah. So since you went ahead and went into the NFL. We've talked about this before, and yes, our lovely viewers and supporters, we are going to talk about this as often as we can, because I need to know who's on board with these new rules. The new rules for the kickoff, for the no hip drop tackle. I get it, because the hip drop tackle is pretty brutal. It is pretty brutal.
It's a tackle.
It's a tackle, but people have gotten hurt. I mean, I know it's football. I know that, but you don't like it. You don't like that they took that it's going to be. I am concerned with how they're going to call a normal tackle.
Well, there's not a whole lot of them left. So remember when you couldn't hit somebody high?
Yeah.
Then so you had to hit them low. Now we got a ton of leg.
Yeah.
Just let them play.
Yeah.
I mean, they signed on to play football. If you get hurt, you get hurt.
Right. Well, but the injuries, I feel. I mean, look what happened to Lamar Hamlin.
Right. Well, and you know what? I honestly believe. The problem is just too much technology in the helmets. People are relying on them too much. Look at a rugby player. They know how to wrap up.
You know what? Speaking of rugby player, Kansas City just drafted a rugby player.
Yeah, I saw that.
Did you see that?
And he's
not the first one that's been drafted from the.
Well, they have a program for rugby players to try out for the NFL kind of thing.
I don't understand rugby to save my life, you guys. I don't understand it.
It's tackling 101. These guys don't wear pads.
So
they know how to wrap up.
They do hip drops and stuff?
They do whatever it takes.
Really?
But what I'm getting at is if you have all this technology, these helmets and shoulder pads, you're going to be like a guided missile.
Right.
You're expecting the equipment to protect you rather than you protecting yourself.
Yeah.
Like these rugby players rely on.
Right. But they're naked.
Well, yeah.
They're naked.
But they're not going to leave with their heads and all that kind of stuff.
Exactly. Let them play, right?
Yeah.
But my gosh, it's kind of a... And then, with the whole new kickoff, that I'm confused about. I don't think we've seen enough of it. Although tomorrow, the Brahmas, tomato, the Brahmas, shut up. Who fucking cares? Sorry. Oops. I mean, it's so crazy. All I know is that, are you ready for some football? Because we've got the Warriors, which is the minor league team here in San Antonio. Right. You've got the Brahmas, however you say it. All you fellow MacArthur people out there, how do you say it? They kick off tomorrow. The Warriors kicked off last week, but the Warriors home game is going to be coming up soon, but there's going to be many, many more games coming up. So if you're ready for some football, I'm ready for some football. We are definitely going to one of the Warriors games and the Brahmas. That's what I'm going to do. Just the Brahmas.
But tomorrow I'll watch the Brahmas and I'll get more of a feel for this kickoff.
Well, the XFL is definitely giving the NFL some guidance on how to make the game a little quicker and more high scoring, I think, right?
And the extra point, you got an opportunity for 1 extra point, 2 extra points, 3 extra points.
And that's only at a certain...
Well, yeah, you've got your option. Take the ball here and go for 1. Take the ball here, go for 2. That kind of thing. So
it's just confusing. It's confusing no matter what. So if you're out there and you want to email me and inform me a little bit more about this, I mean, I get it. I get it. But I want to know why they did this. I want to know why.
Just to protect.
Yeah. So y'all email me, contact me at trendingwithtrudy@gmail. Let me know if y'all want us to come out and do a little segment out there. We'd love to have y'all join in on the conversation on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, X, you name it, Instagram. And thank you again. Let's shout out to our sponsor, The Hollow. They are located on 281 in Brook Hollow. Make sure you go visit them. They've got great drinks, great food, as a matter of fact. I think we might swing by there later today, if not tomorrow. But yeah, they're open from 1 to 2 a.m. Their kitchen closes at 12. They've got a great staff of girls and lots of good times, lots of good people there.
Yes.
So The Hollow at Brook Hollow and 281, or 281 in Brook Hollow, however you look at it. So thank you to our sponsor for that. So I'm excited for this whole football new thing that's happening, but I'm a little confused about it.
Well, it'll clear itself up.
Yeah.
By tomorrow afternoon, I should.
Okay, good. Because I need you to explain to me, because I think that they're wanting to save injuries
absolutely,
and make the game a little faster.
Right.
And a little bit more high scoring games.
Right.
I mean, points.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It's more the injury thing, but we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see how it plays out.
But right now, like I mentioned a while ago, it's the end of an era. It's the end of March, which means March Madness is in full effect, which I'm going to be honest, I don't follow it. I don't know all the brackets. I know we had kind of talked about North Carolina, Connecticut, Tennessee.
And is it North Carolina's number 1?
North Carolina's, but hold on though. Why do I feel like they lost?
I don't.
Hold on. I think they lost. Oh no. I don't know if I have that information correct. Anyway, don't quote me on that. Sorry. I want to say they were upset. But who else? Clemson. Okay. So I'm really excited Caitlin Clark is still in it.
Yes.
Iowa.
That was who'd they play? West Virginia.
West Virginia. That was a great game. Yeah. That was a great game. So I'm sorry that I don't really follow college basketball, but I am enjoying it. I watched that game. I've watched and I'm looking forward to watching another few games. But yes, March Madness is in full on swing of things. Sweet 16. I mean, these kids play their butts off, and these little spats that they have, the pushing and the shoving. I get it. I get it. I don't we don't ever want to condone violence, but they get so passionate and so wound up that how do you expect for it not to happen?
And out of all the college sports, this is probably the best format to find a national champion.
Yeah.
Because, college football, the writers vote on the top 4 game. And there's somebody who's always left out and upset.
Yep. And this is like, all right, guys. This is what you get.
Yeah.
This is what you get. Yeah, for sure. So, I mean, I don't know. It's an exciting time now.
No, it's time to watch
every time I go to a restaurant or to the Hollow or, wherever I might stop by, I see a bunch of people like this, with their brackets, and they fold them up, and then it's like they're in it to win it, which is fun. Yeah, that's fun. It's a lot of.
There was when it first started, I forgot how many millions of people got eliminated the first day.
Yeah,
there was like 2 major upsets.
Yeah,
I don't know the teams or whatever. Somebody else knows that, but yeah, I mean, it eliminated like 2/3 of the people in their brackets.
Golly, man. Well, and that's what's so fun about March Madness is because you never know what's going to happen. That's why it's.
Yeah. And if I was into it more, I would probably do it. I don't know the teams well enough.
Yeah.
You know. So.
Yeah. I know that Terrence, our friend Trampus, has.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he has a full-on bracket.
Is he still on?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. You know, he'd be good for. We need to sit him down, sir, and talk to you about that. That would be fun. That'd be good too.
I wonder where we could find him in.
I wonder where we could find him at. I'm sure most of y'all know where Trampus is. Maybe he's at a restaurant. Maybe he's at a good restaurant. Speaking of restaurants, so there's a Cuban restaurant not too far, centrally located. It's called Bilia. It's a Cuban coffee eatery, which I think we're going to try. Okay. And we might even bring you a little show on that. And it's supposed to, a friend of mine, Marissa, she's gone there and says it's amazing food. And I'm excited to try something new.
What's an example of Cuban food? Traditional Cuban food?
Ropa vieja.
I've had that.
You have had that. The plantains.
Yes. Okay.
My husband's Cuban, and I don't make him
Pina
Cuban
coladas.
food. Pina coladas. Well, I mean, sure. Pina coladas goes with any dish.
And Cuban cigars.
And Cuban cigars. Yeah. Yeah. No, I do not know how to make Cuban dishes, but Sammy does, and he's pretty good at it. I just will say this: it's a mess. But it's a mess whenever he makes anything. I don't like to cook because of that. I don't like the mess. I want someone to be behind it.
Just want to fold back the
and put it in the microwave or the oven, and there you go. Yeah, no, but no, it's fun because there's a lot of new restaurants that are popping up. I feel like there's a lot of new restaurants that are popping up, and there's a lot that are closing. A lot that we grew up with. Like, no, I mean,
gyms.
So there's a few gyms. We talked about this the other day, but yeah, there's Bonanza.
So I don't understand why Luby's is having a hard time.
I think they just went bankrupt.
Why? I mean,
because you haven't had enough fish and macaroni and mashed potatoes.
Well, it's not like they had gotten to the point they weren't cheap. They weren't cheap anymore.
Yeah,
but people were still flocking to go
I know. But I mean,
yeah.
So what was your go-to?
Luby's. Oh my God, the fried fish, mac cheese.
That's what I thought.
Everybody loves that.
Everybody loved that.
So HEB has a version in the frozen food section of the fish and the mac and cheese.
No, not so much.
It's just not the same.
So how does that work? Like, because I know you see like there's Chili's. They have got different portions or different, of all the different restaurants. It's like
and like I said, I tried it. Maybe it's because I need the plastic tray.
Oh,
maybe I should do that at home. Get the mac and cheese, put on a plastic tray, and walk over to my table.
Note to self: get Ricky Bobby some plastic trays.
It's not the same.
It's not, right? Yeah.
What was your go-to at Luby's?
Kind of the same. I mean,
Sammy's was the fried fish too.
The fried fish, the macaroni, macaroni and cheese with mashed potatoes and gravy. Yeah, and that was it, and a sweet tea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing they didn't make it. So.
Do you like Bill Miller's?
No.
Well, there goes our sponsorship.
Bill Miller's.
I'm kidding.
It's more of a personal thing. I had a run-in with
Bill.
Well,
not our Bill, but
we're not getting into that. Was many years ago, but it's still.
So you kind of have like.
Yeah. And I will eat it on occasion.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and order some for us only, meaning me only. Okay, and Ricky Bobby won't eat today.
I don't think they're briskets on it.
So you won't eat anything from there. I mean, you will.
I have. Yeah,
of course.
I will, but I don't like the breakfast tacos. People rave about it. I don't see anything special about it.
No. Well,
the brisket is really kind of meh. I remember the poor boys used to be like this big with a thing of fries for like $6.
Yeah.
Now it's like half that size. It's like $12.
Well, nowadays you get this much for I mean anything, no matter what.
Yeah, but I mean people flock to it. So power to them.
I know. One of our favorite restaurants that has great fish is El Jaro.
Mm-hmm.
The El Jaro, the El Pepe.
The snapper.
Did I just? The red snapper El Pepe. It's amazing, you guys. Really I'm gonna try to get.
Well, their salmon is really good too.
The salmon is really good with the mashed potatoes and the mushrooms.
Well, the thing is, I'm real picky about my seafood and where I get it from. And usually, I won't get seafood from a Mexican restaurant.
Right.
But they're pretty damn good.
So let me say this. I know. It's like. Are we hungry right now? Because I thought we just had food. I thought we just had
everything we talk about. Cuban seafood
so
barbecue.
It's so funny because yesterday was Good Friday, and no meat. At least I tried to do it as much as I could. No chicken, no beef. So I took our dear friend Julie a fish fillet sandwich from McDonald's. It was easy. It was quick. It was no big deal.
It's like this big.
Well, yeah.
Teeny tiny.
But I gave it to her and she was like, oh no. I was like, Julie, what happened? She was like, I don't want it. I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm like, you've never had a McDonald's fish fillet sandwich? She's like, no. I'm like, wow. I'm like, just try it. It's fine. You have to.
Why was she afraid of it?
She doesn't like fish. Oh, I wasn't aware of this.
I mean,
that's not correct. She doesn't like sushi. She does not like sushi. So what made me think that she was going to like fish? But I think that fillet of fish is so generic and so easy. And it's been, I've had it since I was like, 6 years old.
So
she took a bite and she walked away. She's like, yeah, that wasn't too bad. And then she came back and then George got there. She goes, George, do you want my sandwich?
Oh,
I was like, Julie, you could have given it back to me. I would have eaten it. But yeah, I mean, she did not love it at all.
Wow.
She did not love it. She's not
the weird part is that something like that doesn't really taste like fish.
It does. It does to me. That's why I get it, but no tartar sauce. No tartar sauce. But yeah, Julie was not a fan. She did not love it. Now I know.
Well, now I know too.
Yeah, I was going to say, so don't ever take her that because she's going to take it and toss it or take it and, send it back. So yeah, I mean, I've been eating that forever. I mean,
so there's still more crawfish boils coming up.
Oh, there's so many more crawfish boils going. And are you going?
No, because you're gonna make me eat some more.
No, I won't. I appreciate you trying it. I appreciate you knowing that I cannot. But I know that you
of all the people you could have asked, where you have like 5 million friends.
Crawdaddies, crawfish, craw boil. Yeah,
I'm the only one who's a sucker to do it.
No, you were a good sport. That's what that's called. It's you were in it to win it, and you did not win because you did not like it. But there's still quite a few going on. I'm not sure exactly how many more, but I mean, Silver Fox, Slackers, Watering Hole, they still all have theirs coming up. So there's going to be plenty of events to go to in the next 6 to 8 weeks. Yep. Trust me. Good old San Antonio never sleeps. They say Vegas never sleeps. Guess what? We never sleep because there's always shit to do, which is a good thing because it's bringing the economy up. And
I mean, there's people that travel in from out of town.
Oh my God! Speaking of, we talked about this again, and I'm going to bring it up again. People are literally paying lots of money to come for the eclipse. Wow. Like they're paying a lot of money to be in San Antonio, in Kerrville, in Bernie, and I mean, it's literally going to be cray cray.
Wow.
It's going to be crazy. I mean, they were saying from Florida to here, I think is $900 round trip. That's a pretty penny.
Yeah, because it's not even coming near Florida.
No, for the eclipse.
Yeah.
And what's the rule?
Don't look at the sun.
Don't look at
the moon, not the sun.
Just don't look up.
Yeah,
don't look up. Whatever you do. No, everyone needs to look up. But you just make sure that you have your sunglasses. Right. Not your sunglasses. I'm sorry. You're protected.
I know somebody who's got like 20 of them.
I have 10.
Well, I know. That's
I have
what
10.
I was talking about.
And I'm going to go like this. Eeny, meeny, miny, mouse. Or just draw at them because.
I think I should get one.
Oh, you're kidding. Oh, no, we have. Oh, you get one for having the 2 crawfish that you ate. Yes. You gave the rest away. So yeah, I get it now. But yeah, I'm excited about the eclipse. I know I keep talking about it, but it's something that, and that's not going to happen I
remember when I was a kid, the school, we had something, it was like a piece of construction paper or something.
Really?
Yeah. Looking back, it probably wasn't pretty safe.
That's why we wear
why we're my readers.
That's why we wear our readers every now and then because the sun burned.
I can't remember. It was something with the shoebox, I think, with a hole in the piece of construction paper.
Yeah. I mean, I remember doing something like that a few years ago for one of the eclipses. It was a cereal box with some sort of construction.
Yeah, something like that.
Right? With not construction, but just a cut away hole with a toilet paper things,
But then I also grew up like in the case of a nuclear bomb, you crawl underneath your desk. So
what do you do now? Just sit there and enjoy it. Yeah. Enjoy the burn.
Yeah. But yeah, it was something with the box like you just described. Something weird like that.
No, that's I'm excited. It won't happen again until 2044. I don't think I'll be here. Since I'm 65. I don't know if I'll make it. Whatever. I don't know. We shall see. And also, you guys, I want to remind you that in a couple months, you have the Lee All Class Reunion. Robert E. Lee All Class Reunion, meaning the ticker is on the bottom. The ticker is scrolling, and then all the information is there. It's May 18th, starting at 5 o'clock to 10 o'clock or whatever. Then there's the after party somewhere, I'm sure. It's going to be at Big's Burger Joint. It's off of UTSA Boulevard. It's a fun place, big place, plenty of room. Bring the kids, bring the wife, bring the husband, bring your family. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'll be there. Probably Ricky Bobby will be there.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Sometimes you invite me, sometimes you don't.
I know. You know what? You're invited.
So this is from 5 to 10 in the morning, 5 in the evening to 10 in the morning, right?
Exactly. Just all through the night. So your lead ticker time is running around. That's the screen right now. Write the information down. If you have any more questions, let me know. I'll get you as much information as I can. You can email me at trendingwithtrudy@gmail.com. So yeah, I can't wait for that.
So does like faculty show up?
Yeah.
I've never been to a reunion.
Closa will be there.
English teacher from
probably grade. Not. May she rest in peace.
Well, you know what I'm saying.
We've had a couple coaches show up, and it's almost like, wait, you go into that mode of like oh no, I'm going to be in trouble. I can't drink this beer. No, here, coach. Like, I'm not doing anything wrong. No, but it's funny because you definitely, you go right back to that feeling of high school. I might even wear my cheerleading uniform. Kidding, not kidding.
No, you're not.
I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. No, what a dork.
It's a 50-50
What a
chance.
dork.
Oh,
no, that's dorky. No. I won't be doing that. So yeah. So I don't know what else is happening with you. Oh, construction right now. Speaking of UTSA, going up 1604 right now to I-10. I know we don't want to talk traffic, but there's so much construction in this city right now. It drives me nuts. The potholes drive me nuts. My sister's gone through 3 sets of back tires. Potholes.
I was 1604 and 35 yesterday. It's an absolute mess.
Nightmare.
And like I said, the potholes. So I saw a meme somebody had sent, and I'm trying to remember exactly how it said, but we have to pay for registration and all this stuff to make sure that our cars are fit for the roads.
Yeah.
But the roads aren't fit
for us. Yeah, that's good. That's true.
It's true.
Like,
it's
seriously. True. I mean, when I'm driving on 1604 going west, my poor car does not know, and I'm not being, dramatic about this. My car literally does not know how to find the rivets or because there's so many different It swerves. It's just, construction is stupid. It sucks. It sucks. It sucks. And I feel like it's going to be like this for another 10 years.
Yeah, they say that the traffic cone is the state flower of Texas. It blooms year round.
Of course. You know what? I have a few in my garage and just put it and fly it.
Yeah.
You're right. No, it's terrible. It's very, very stressful. Whenever somebody tells me, meet me at the rim, I'm like, I need a helicopter. I need a helicopter.
Well, no, it's to the point to where I base my decision on where it's going to be.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? I'm going to pass.
No,
I'm not in the mood to do that.
It's a lot. It's a lot. No, it's very, very.
So was it last year we had a birthday get together right there at Blanco in 1604?
Yeah.
And we live, 5-7 minutes away?
And it took everyone 30, 45 minutes?
No, it took an hour. It took an hour to get there.
Ooh,
it was 7 miles.
That makes me sweat right now thinking about sitting in traffic. And people don't give a shit about how they drive and how, nobody lets you in. It's like, I can't go anywhere.
And the yield sign, they might as well just get rid of it.
Oh yeah. No, for sure.
Blinkers.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
you got me all riled
I know. That's why I'm sweating thinking
I went from being hungry to being all pissed off. Thank you.
Well, go jump in the pool, go ride the zip line, do something. Have a drink of your beer, whatever. Cheers.
Cheers.
Happy hour time,
always.
It's always a good time for happy hour. So something else that's going to be happening at the Hollow, 281 in Brook Hollow, is
the Tyson fight?
The Tyson and Jake Paul. This is in
July
20th. July 20th, okay. I believe. It's going to be held.
Definitely having.
It's going to be held in Dallas. Right. And at Jerry World, I believe. Yeah. Okay. And then they're going to air it on Netflix live. So that's exciting.
Yeah.
Who do you think is going to win?
Tyson.
I mean, do you think they're going to wear head guards or not? Should they?
No.
It's like a free, just let's go. You want to fight? Let's go. Yeah. I mean, with the rules, of course. But
come on. No, I say Tyson's going to win. I don't think, if you want to say it's scripted, I don't know if it is or isn't.
I don't think it is. I don't think it is. I think some of it is. I think everything is. I mean, work's scripted at some point.
I think Tyson, he's in it for the win, not necessarily for the money.
No, he doesn't need the money.
The other guy's in it for the notoriety, for his ego, and Tyson just.
I mean, I think it's gonna. Yeah, I just can't believe that Jake Paul was a YouTuber.
Yeah, is that what
an influencer, and he thinks that he can just beat up on one of the world champions. Like,
he's probably doing it for the money. I think Tyson just wants to hurt somebody.
But he's got quite a bit too. But I think he's doing it for the bragging rights.
Okay, we'll see what happens.
I know they're going to be ready to rumble for sure. I want Tyson to win.
Well, and look, Tyson, I was around when he started his career, and it was amazing. And then he got to that quirky stage.
Yeah.
Nobody really liked him, and then he disappeared for a while. And then he came back, and he did what? What movie did he do?
Hangover.
The Hangover. Yeah. And then I read the interviews with all the actors, how they said this guy was the greatest guy, and Tyson said this is the first time in many, many years where he felt he actually had friends.
Oh, wow.
Which is a sad statement.
That is.
And so you could just see in his interviews and stuff how more mellow he was and how funny he was, how much more like. So now everybody's a fan of Mike Tyson again.
Right. So he feels that.
So he's going to go out there and hurt somebody with a smile on his face.
Right.
Right. Anger.
Yeah.
No, I'm totally rooting for him.
It's going to be crazy. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a good time. That's going to be fun. Ugh.
It's going to be.
Let's get ready to rumble, you guys.
It's going to be a big crowd wherever you go.
Do you like MMA?
I will watch it. I don't follow anybody in particular.
Yeah, I don't either.
Yeah, I mean it's hit or miss. Sometimes it's a really boring fight.
Yeah.
And then sometimes it's like, wow.
I know.
like a street brawl.
No, for real. Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah, I don't have a back tattoo or anything like that.
But is it you? Who is it that says if they have a big tattoo, if a large
that's how
piece
I base who's
on the back of their back,
who has the coolest back tattoo usually wins.
And you know what? It usually happens.
As good as anything else.
Why is that? That's funny.
I don't know.
That's so funny.
But yeah, I don't follow it. I'll watch it occasionally.
Yeah. We've watched a few at the Hollow before.
Yeah.
I mean, they get kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. No, there's people who are fanatical about it.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Speaking of fanatics, there's so many concerts coming up.
I know.
And I kind of am not excited about them anymore. Mm-hmm. I'm getting a lot. They're saying a lot of interesting things about the whole J-Lo documentary.
I was going to ask about that.
Yeah, and I've seen pieces of it, and it's a little cringeworthy.
So what's the documentary about? Herself?
It's about her, and it's about the way she, got to where she is. She's canceled quite a few shows.
Right.
And it's due to lack of ticket sales.
But then I saw some of the ticket prices, and I'm like, girl, what are you thinking?
I know. Well, she is J-Lo.
Well, I'm thinking, do you think she's getting a little envious about your Tay-Tay?
Everyone is.
Right. So
everyone
she thinks, I'm going to invite her, maybe I'm going to date him.
Everyone is.
At some point in time, you just got to let that blow over.
Right. But I feel like she will be here in San Antonio. She's got way too many Selena fans. I mean, she's got too many, people liking her that played Selena when she played Selena.
How many shows has she canceled?
7 in Atlanta. I'm not sure exactly which ones, but not yet here in Texas. So,
okay.
But San Antonio loved Selena.
They
loved her
San Antonio,
show.
Dallas,
and Houston.
3 shows.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, that's kind of disappointing. And the snippets that I have seen are a little icky.
Are they?
They're a little icky, and people, are on TikTok allegedly talking about how, back when they were servers or when they worked in the industry of, show business, that she was a little, but when you treat people crappy, when you're at that status, it's going to get back to you. Karma's going to come back around.
Yeah. And you have to take some of those stories with a grain of salt.
Well, sure. And that's what I mean.
I mean, just like I read things with celebrities you've met, and you hear 2 stories about this guy was just horrible, but then you hear 100 that he was so cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a daily thing in some people.
I know.
I mean, you're a celebrity. You should know.
Oh, yeah. I'm a celebrity. I have a bobblehead, you guys. Thanks to Ricky Bobby. No, I mean, thank you. But
I mean, there's days you just don't want to.
Oh yeah.
No,
for sure. And and there's a reason why she has the status, or she's at the status that she is, because
Well, and then somebody like her too, you got to think like at a restaurant, is she actually the one signing the credit card receipt?
No,
it's somebody else handling it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if her handler had a bad experience and he's not tipping the waitress or whatever, she probably has no idea what the dinner cost or anything.
I would hope that her team is smart enough to
well, because it's not a good look if you don't tip.
Right. Right. So. You tip. You're a good tipper.
Yeah.
Do you feel like it's rude to not tip? Like if it's a high bill, like if, let's say it's 120.
Okay.
Let's say your server was not the best.
Okay.
You leave a $10 bill.
No, I'm not that bad.
Okay, even though they suck.
But I mean, I start way above 20%, and as the evening goes on, I
Because
subtract.
I typically do 30%.
Usually where I'm at, 25 to 30.
But I mean, if it was that bad,
I subtract. I have
You have.
just 15 or 20%.
Okay,
but not very often.
But any less than that? I mean, really?
No, I will leave something. I'm not the guy to leave you a note.
But leaving something sometimes is worse than nothing. Because if
you're going to get your minimum 50%.
Well, okay.
But it doesn't happen often. But I really got a really, really, really bad experience to get that bad. So.
What's the worst that you can think of off the top of your head?
Oh my gosh.
While you're thinking, I know one of that I've had, and it was literally walking into a place. I won't name the place.
Right.
They sat us down, and I'm not kidding. They did not even look our way for 25 minutes.
Well, by then I'm leaving.
No water, no napkin, no hello. Yeah. They literally walked us for two. Yeah. Yes, they walked us. Yeah. A server will be with you. Yeah. And it was not busy. Okay. It was not busy. It was not crazy. And I understand a lot right now that a lot of places are understaffed. Yeah. 25 minutes, not one napkin, not a fork, not a water, not I'll be with you. Hold on. We'll be right with you. We're really understaffed, or we're something's going on. Nothing.
So now I remember. Now that you brought that up, I'm not going to name the place either, but it was a Italian place. Okay. That had a lunch buffet. Mm-hmm. We got there right towards the end of the buffet. I mean, the place is empty, but all the tables were dirty. There was a female manager and a young guy working who's the waiter. So we sit down, and like I said, the tables are dirty, and he finally comes over, and first thing he does, he goes, "What do you want to drink?" And I tell him I see whatever. He tells my friend, he goes, "What do you want?" And he actually points at him. So we drink our iced tea, and we're waiting for a refill. And he's behind the counter looking down. I thought maybe he was going through paperwork or whatever. So finally I get up there to take my drink to him, and he's clipping his fingernails.
Oh God. Oh no.
So when we leave, the manager goes, was everything? And my friend goes, less than horrible, or something like that. Uh-huh. And she goes, "Well, we're understaffed. You have to understand."
Oh, so you have?
No, I don't.
So now you're having manicures in the back? Oh
yeah,
no!
So you reminded me of that. I was probably
no. So do you? So
that was no tip that time. That was
no tip. So no tip. So you're not to tip or not to tip. You have to be pretty bad. You have to be pretty bad. But yeah, that's. I'm big on tips. I really am. So. Wow.
Yeah, how horrible.
That's gross.
I would have never thought of that again until you made me think about it.
Yeah. You have to imagine, though, when you have a large party, which we've done many events, many dinner parties, at numerous places from here to downtown and up north or whatever. But when you have a big table of 10 to 12 and you've got one waiter.
Yeah.
You have to, and then, the worst part of that is everyone's paying separately.
Yeah.
That right there has got to be.
Well, and I've never been a waiter, but I could just see that's a lot of work.
It's a lot. Your mind is on overdrive and then some.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm a big Yelp guy whenever, especially someplace new.
You are. I'm not. But you not only do you make sure you write the review, but you look at the reviews.
Write them. I've never written a Yelp
review. Oh, you've never written.
But I always read them, and I always start with the bad reviews.
Yeah.
And majority of them, 75% is like, oh, well, we had a table of 14 and our waiter was really slow, and I waited 10 minutes for a water refill, and if people complain about this, and in my mind I'm thinking this guy is working your butt off.
Yeah,
you even write this review tells me you're you're really an unreasonable person,
right?
Half your family probably is too.
Yeah. Well, I will give a shout out to one of our favorite servers, and yours as well, is Jerry at El Haro. He has done numerous parties, large parties for us, and he knocks it out of the park every time. And that's because, a handful out of, we've been there, at least a dozen times with big parties, right?
Yeah, last month.
We had Julie's, we've had mine, we've had Amanda's, we've had yours, we've had Sammy's, and every time is not always everyone takes care of that one check. It's usually separate tickets, and boom, 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 knocks it out. You can ask for something specific from him, and he brings it to you the right way.
Yeah.
I've never had a complaint.
And he also has now, not particularly when we have big parties, but the sign of a good waiter is him not writing anything down.
Oh, it's all right here.
When there's 4 people and he goes, yes, and it's perfect.
Oh yeah.
And he usually does that. I can't remember the last time we had a big group. I think he wrote a few things
for Amanda's party.
Yeah, he had to.
But that's just like an extra avocado or an extra salad or something, just simple stuff like that. But
no, he nails it every time.
Yeah, every time. So thank you,
and
Terry.
he does it with a big smile on his face.
Yes, always.
Now it's going to go to his head if he's watching.
It's okay.
Jerry.
He deserves it. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah.
No,
So y'all go see him. Y'all go see him at El Haro. So gosh, we have talked a lot about food.
I know.
A lot about
again.
yeah.
Went from hungry to mad.
Yeah.
I'm hungry again.
So I mean, in this weather that I'm looking out the window right now, excitingly that it's muggy and
weird.
A little weird, funkiness.
You sure it's not the eclipse today?
Right. It might be.
It looks like
it might be.
It's kind of gray out there.
But yeah, so on that note, you guys, I think we're going to wrap it up for right now. And thank you, Ricky Bobby, for being here in my studio with my little Trudy and medium-sized Trudy and big Trudy. So
hey, this is the same thing.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Except that one has wine in the glass.
I know. I keep trying to give her wine. I'll have to give her some wine here later. Anyways, you guys, thanks for watching the Trending with Trudy show. I really appreciate y'all watching. Please reach out to me at trendingwithtrudy@gmail.com. And thank you for our sponsor, The Hollow at Brook Hollow and 281. Go see them at 14532 Brook Hollow Boulevard. Thank y'all so much, and we will see y'all soon. Let me know if y'all want to have any special stuff coming around, or if y'all want to do something exciting and fun. You never know where we might pop up.
This is true.
Right? All right. We'll see y'all later, guys. Thank you.